Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rituparna Malik from Kolkata, West Bengal. I'm 19-year-old and just finished my high school last year. I'm extremely honored and excited to be a part of this forum. My essay, International Youth Exchange for Unity and Peace, was on championing youth for further dialogue and cooperation among cultures. Since September 2010, I'm on a 6-month global exchange program organized by Voluntary Service Overseas, British Council, Asian Action Group, and Prabha, which is an organization based in New Delhi. After spending phase 1 of the program in the UK last year, I came back to India last month, and this is when I came across the Global Dialogue Foundation and was immediately drawn to the theme of the forum. The topic which I chose to write my essay on was about my actions and not just my plan of actions. And that made me decide that this is the right time and this is the right theme. Quite interestingly, the culture shock was greater when we returned to India and started living in a remote village in Falodi, Rajasthan. My British counterpart, Corin, and I, we went equally berserked by everything, starting from issues such as no sense of private space, superstition, child marriage, pulling girl child out of school at a very early age, to a 5-year-old spitting tobacco and being offered alcohol by his father. I never would have believed this life existed if I was not living it. Scrubbing utensils with sand and having goatlets as pets. Every person that I meet would ask me my caste before deciding if I'm entitled to a glass of water or a cup of chai. This is a kind of contrast to the UK, where people just mix freely, irrespective of religion. In our endeavors to uplift the Falodi community, we work on empowering women and children, encourage local weavers, which is a very dwindling profession, researching on horticulture, help train women on farming and masonry work, and help the community see the bigger picture of the world in relation to economic and social justice. Global exchange has been a mirror to our strengths and weaknesses and a gateway to understand different cultures by living in them. Organizations such as United Nations, or more precisely UNESCO, should introduce and support more of such youth exchange programs to encourage understanding across countries and communities and bridge the gap. There are goods and bads in every society, and over time, they change with change in perception. Joan of Arc was burned in 1 century and hailed as a saint in a few centuries later by the same institution. Child marriage and superstition may be considered by us, the city dwellers, as the bads. But we fail to realize that we were following the same practices some time back. The underlying processes that has led to a change in our thoughts and will do the same to these villages as and when the same processes act out in these places. We cannot condemn them or build programs around them and think and act our way. It can be poverty, illiteracy, or other factors, and I do not feel embarrassed to accept that they were beyond my comprehension. So thanks to my program, that I have learned to take a different approach to this issue. I read somewhere that the words what and if are very non-threatening as individuals, but if you put them together, then they have the power to change everything, from views, mindsets, to our lives. Over the past few months of my short life, I have begun to appreciate the power of these words, what if? And I feel that this is one of the secrets to cultural understanding. Whenever any circumstances, either in London or in Falodi, disturb me or are outside my comfort zone, I ask myself these questions. what if I was born here? What if this was my life and I was not just an exchange? What if I had to stay here for the rest of my life? Asking myself these questions helped me understand the hopelessness that has led to the superstition, the insecurities that has led to an early marriage, the opportunity cost between attending a school and adding a helping hand to my impoverished family, and the need for everyone to stop criticizing and start addressing the main concerns that lead to our final behavior. Thank you.
Questions. If anybody wants to ask a question or make a comment after this very impressive presentation, I was just saying, well, she's not shy, huh? and she's extremely articulate. And so, is there any question or remark? No, I think you made a very strong point about the virtue and of those cultural exchange program, and actually this is what we discussed also yesterday, that the importance really probably to scale up the budget for, in most countries, to increase the flows of exchange among young people, being students, young, the only way and the best way to learn about other culture, and instead of lots of talks or lots of programs that sometimes don't have a strong impact, this is probably the easiest and the most effective way to engage.